minute, fella. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the Power Band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Wolverine, along with my super friends, my super action friends. Head in a jar, he go.
Wallala.
And the chat slab.
What's up?
Folks, welcome to the show. I hope that you are pumped because we have Carl Weathers, Tom Wilson, Robert Davi, Craig T. Nelson, a score by Herbie Hancock and Michael Kamen. We watched what I now call AFJ, Action Fucking Jackson. So get pumped. If you're not pumped, go out and rent this movie from the local video store and watch it to get pumped. Then come back and listen to this podcast because we watched Action Jackson with Carl Weathers in honor of Carl Weathers' death. And that is what we are talking about tonight. And I am stoked. I can't wait to talk about this. Boom.
Shakalaka.
High level.
I'm not. Well, I mean, I am stoked, but I'm kind of not. I'm super bittersweet, man, to be honest here. Like, I was, like, really enjoyed the flick, but it was kind of bittersweet. And we did a few of these. We definitely did Dirty Work. The kind of memorial episodes, I don't know, man. It's just it's so heartbreaking to lose such awesome people, I guess. So, like, that's nothing against the flick, but I'm just kind of bummed about it.
I get that. I really do. And I thought about that as I was watching this movie today. And I was like, you know what? The best way to honor Carl is
Just to
to
stumble over his name.
Yes, you are correct, sir. No, is to get pumped and fucking talk about this awesome 80s movie because it's fucking awesome, man.
It was pretty solid. And not solid.
Yes, I'm going to miss him as Greef cargo pants, dude. Yes, I'm going to miss him in general. But fucking A, this movie's awesome, dude. Let's let it rip.
Word.
Give us some high level, Chad.
Well, Benny,
you know what? We'll come back to you. You need some time to get pumped up. Benny, drop it.
All right. So it definitely sucks that we lost Carl Weathers.
Fucking totally.
And, just a total surprise. Super bummer. But I'm here to celebrate the life of Carl Weathers rather than be super sad and mournful. Let's have a good time because this fucking movie, I don't know how this wasn't on my constant watch list when I was a kid, but
I don't either.
Damn it, I fucking enjoyed the hell out of it. Like, I will definitely watch this again. It is such a fucking classic. It's so 80s. It's practically got, half the cast of fucking Predator in it.
Everything.
Carl Weathers is awesome. I mean, Craig T. Nelson, despite not being particularly believable as like a martial arts master,
which was amazing.
It's good, and like it's just damn it, man, what a fun movie.
Yes.
It was,
Holy
man.
Shit.
You got the fucking drink it guy from
dude, fucking
from Weird
Science.
Chino Fats Williams, man. That's the guy's name.
Fucking
and he actually
Fats,
had a
dude.
whole part, dude. Kid Sable.
Yeah,
I like that in the
was
big.
great.
You Kid Sable? It's like, yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Bill Duke as the fucking pissed off captain.
Dude.
Fucking
Bill's
Ball
fucking
busting
dude.
chief, bro.
super early Sharon Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
fucking
dude.
Vanity. Robert Davi. God damn it.
Dude, Argyle.
So good.
Thomas F. Wilson
Argyle.
from Back to the Future. I'll wait until my turn. And then I'll fuck
No. You're
Biff.
good. You're good. Jump in.
All right, I am. This movie is like I'm going to just kind of continue off of where Jarhigo is. This movie
Do
somehow,
it.
I don't know how this wasn't on my constant watch list either, because this movie kicked so much fucking ass. In fact, it should have been longer, and there should have been more ass kickery in it. And we'll talk about that more later. But we had it's like this sort of nexus movie for like 80s action movies. We got Robert Davi and Marianne Trainor both in Goonies.
Al Young.
We had Al Young, who was in Lethal Weapon. We had 6
Young,
cast members from Die Hard, dude. We had 4 to 6 cast members that were in Lethal Weapon because all these movies were produced by Joel Silver. We had Thomas F. Wilson from Back to the Future, and Mary Ellen Trainor, again, was from Back to the Future, dude. She was all over the map playing these small parts at that time, dude. So it was like everybody's in this movie. Sonny Landham's in this movie from Predator and 48 Hours, bro.
Yeah.
You had like
Argyle.
Argyle, totally. You had Brian Libby, who was one of the Invisible Men. He played Floyd in Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
He was so good, man. He was like one of the group in the prison, dude, and he was excellent, dude. And then you had the guy who was like the football betting $10 desk guy from Die Hard was one of the Invisible Men as well. We got fucking butterfly knives out the ass.
Oh man, big time.
Fucking explosions that are so fucking humongous. They could only be done in the 80s, man. We had grenade launcher dispatches. We had just so much 80s shit, man. And it was all inspired by Blaxploitation movies. And then somehow you take that, combine it with an 80s movie, and you get this masterpiece of action that I should have watched 1,000 times more. I'm pissed at myself.
I love how pumped you are, dude.
Hopefully I'm trying to infuse you with some fucking Action Jackson energy, bro. Hook it up. What's your high level?
I'm in alignment. I'm with you guys. I'm on the motorcycle. We're on Idiocracy
Carl
Trike
Weathers
right
Love
now,
Train.
slamming some energy drinks and shit.
And listening to Herbie Hancock.
Yeah. I mean, I love me some Herbie Hancock. Yeah, same. Like, I think that for me, like, all of the stuff you said about the action in the 80s and the butterfly knives and shit was hilarious. And all the, classic, stupid, action-y tropes were just so enjoyable.
Shit.
But the cast just fucking murdered me, dude. Like, every fucking 2 minutes, it was like an Easter egg fest, It was like fucking Argyle and Biff and just all these people, dude. And not to mention, like you said, everyone from Die Hard and Lethal Weapon. So it was just, super
Who's
fun.
who of the EBD verse?
It really was.
No
like,
question.
This is the movie equivalent of a Valverde, dude. Like, it is, it's like
God,
Noah's
dude.
fucking arc of the EBD universe.
I like that.
And fucking Delaplane, dude, is just, I don't know, man. Like, he's kind of my favorite bit almost, just because he's just like such a fucking slimy douche and so kind of unbelievable as an evil, moral compass, fucking free psycho. And then you bring in the fucking, like, the way the camera had to angle to make it look like he was kicking people was the funniest shit I've ever fucking seen, dude. It would be like his face for half a second and then like the back of fucking a Jean-Claude Van Damme dude just like doing this like crazy kick. It was just, oh man, it was fucking hilarious, dude. I really enjoyed it.
It was,
that.
man.
It was, he needs to be in our fighting game that we talked about as Delaplane.
Oh my God. Dude, Delaplane needs to be the boss.
He should be the boss. He's like
game,
M. Bison
right?
in Street Fighter.
For real, because like he's like out of all of these like if we were to take all of these characters and put them in the movies, man, like I for boss fights, dude, if we can just fucking do a cul-de-sac on this for a second, it's got to be Delaplane. It's got to be Clarence Boddicker. It's got to be who else?
I mean, it was, I can't even remember. We went nuts on this before, but
I know we did.
I definitely think Snipes from Demolition Man.
Definitely, dude. Simon Phoenix, yes.
But there's plenty of stuff, and I think one of Craig Nelson's. You know how, like,
Marshall
in
T,
some of these
Jimmy
fighting
from
games, they'll
Roadhouse.
have, like, secondary costumes and shit?
Fuck yeah.
So I think, like, Delaplane is the main baddie, but, like, if you hit, the Contra code in just before you fight, like, he turns into Mr. Incredible, because he obviously is the voice of Mr. Incredible. Like, I don't know, man. He was such a highlight. I mean, I just, like, for me, Craig Nelson, I never really watched Coach, but it was just like seared into the psyche of 90s television, back when you didn't have much variety. So you just always run across that show. So I constantly saw him as like, you know, warm-hearted, fucking nurturing coach.
Yeah, he's
coach.
Super wholesome, you know.
But in this one, he's just like murdering everybody. He shoots Sharon Stone and then just like watches her die. You know, like,
dude! And then he
dark.
fucking lights up a smoke, man. Like nothing happened.
Gunwork's good.
Nothing happened.
Nothing at all.
But in terms of
your 357 has been cleaned and ported,
right? The dude from what was it, Pauly?
Fucking
Darkman, bro.
Darkman, Pauly from Darkman, Pasty Pauly.
That's why this movie, we might have stumbled on something here.
There was something, man. In terms of high level, for me, like, I definitely would have seen this, but I have zero recollection of seeing it. I definitely went through, you know, the TBS Blaxploitation phase, you know. But like you, I should have watched this hundreds of times and haven't. So in honor of Carl Weathers, this will join the repertoire of repeat viewings. And the bittersweet thing is like discovering this now and just, you know, knowing that we aren't going to get any, you know, more from Carl is sad. But like, I don't know, man. It's pretty great.
Definitely a bummer, but
it was a lot of fun.
God damn it! This is how I want to remember Carl.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah,
fucking
for that.
This and Greef Karga to a somewhat lesser extent, maybe.
I mean, there's the classic Apollo Creed stuff, but like, I mean, aside from the newer Rocky movies that focus on Michael Jordan as Creed's kid or whatever, he's a secondary character in the Apollo extended universe. Movies. You know, in the Rocky extended universe, I should say. Whereas this is him front and center, you know?
100%. And like, I will always remember him. Like, to me, yes, I saw Rocky. I saw those movies in the theaters, man. But like, he's always Dylan to me, dude, from Predator.
Yeah, that's
he's
fair.
Always Action Jackson. Like those are the movies that I really sort of glommed onto with this guy more than the Rocky series.
And Chubbs too.
Oh, fuck. Totally, man. Chubbs. He's so great as Chubbs, man. I remember when he first saw him in that movie, and I was just like, I can't believe he's in this movie. This is great.
Yeah.
And he had a great part. We've only just begun.
It's just too good. But this was, like, I don't know about you guys, but knowing this was a Blaxploitation-inspired movie, the first, like, act, the first 30 minutes, like, was really not cheese dicky. Like, it was really solid. And then it just got more and more off the rails and sillier and more Blaxploitation action-y, which was fine. But like the first chunk of it, I was like, this is fucking like really quite solid in like a good way. Like, because I always associate Blaxploitation movies with kind of that B-movie feel, which this gets towards the end, you know, like driving a Ferrari through a house was like possibly my favorite end of a movie ever.
That was not a Ferrari.
It was so good.
It was not a Ferrari.
I know.
Not a Ferrari.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like, it's the like, we have a limited budget, try and make a supercar that's made in fucking a shitty brick warehouse in Detroit, Ferrari. You know?
We need to get a Ferrari Testarossa. I don't know. How about we dress up a Pontiac Fiero?
Exactly. It was just
sounds great.
Beautiful. But just I just like the way it was the driving the car equivalent of Coach doing a kick. You know, it was like the car drives straight at a staircase and then it cuts while the car has to turn the corner on the staircase. And then it cuts when it has to turn the corner in the hallway. Like, it was just so dumb, and I loved every fucking millisecond of it.
It was
just
so
beautiful.
So terrific.
It was so fucking good.
But, like, that was the caliber of cheese dickiness I expected from minute one. But the first, like, half hour was actually, like, pretty solid, you know? Like, Lethal Weapon-esque in terms of it being, like, you know, a bit more dramatic and a bit more gritty as opposed to like silly, you know, and I enjoyed the first act and then it just goes off the rails and that's fine, you know, like it was a romp and a half, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I do have plenty to say about that. Benny, do you have anything on that?
Wait, on what?
First
Chad's,
act.
Well, yeah, his question was, did it really feel like a Blaxploitation movie? Because he was feeling like it was really solid in the beginning.
I mean, it feels like an 80s action movie to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
I don't know that it feels like a Shaft or any of those kind of things. There's an element of it, I guess, but
sure,
it feels more to me just like a pure '80s kind of action cop movie.
totally,
with big explosions and what have you,
and set in Detroit, which was
pretty sweet,
cool.
Like
fucking totally,
Blaxploitation never really came into my head
ever
personally
for me.
Like that wasn't what I was thinking.
No. I agree with that, and I think because I read that he sort of inspired by those movies, but he liked those movies. So did Joel Silver. But it's like this movie's kind of sort of inspired by that because it's exactly what you said. It is a straight up action movie, 80s action movie, dude. It doesn't have that B-level quality that those blaxploitation movies have. If anybody here has ever seen, can't believe I can't remember the name of this movie, dude.
Well, like Superfly or something?
No. Michael J. White did it. Black Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
Black Dynamite. Yeah, but Black Dynamite is almost like a
parody of.
It's almost like a parody of
It is, but it kind of hugs the line a little bit, but that's more of like an homage parody of a blaxploitation movie.
Yeah, even
a
like
Whores to
Pootie
Over.
Tang,
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
like a Whores to Over / yeah, that's fine. Of a blaxploitation movie, but that's what a blaxploitation movie would look like. Not this. This is like straight up action, Carl Weathers style, baby. 80s Carl Weathers style.
Yeah, looking at the Wikipedia entry for blaxploitation movies, which is probably the most crackery thing I've done in a while, is it was talking about how like the blaxploitation thing was sanctioned as making black movies for black people, and I had never considered it from that vantage point, because nowadays there's so much breadth in what's being made that there's nothing novel about that now. Whereas back in the day, it, wasn't. Like I used to live in a neighborhood in San Francisco that was a major black neighborhood, like the Fillmore. And, there would constantly, when you were walking around and all the barbershops, there'd be posters for all these movies, just like you see normally, but it was all these like crazy, really crazy movies I'd never heard of that were geared towards that audience, and the fact that I had no idea they existed 100%. Until seeing these posters. All the normal shit of, black men dressing up like giant fat black women and beating each other up or whatever. It was like all the Martin Lawrence movies and shit like that. But it was like versions of them that I'd never heard of.
Big Mama's House?
Yeah, exactly. Like Big Mama's House 7 or whatever, Exactly.
Totally.
And I think back in the old days, the blaxploitation movies, from what I was looking at, was like making movies for a different audience. And it was novel at the time because I always kind of assumed the portmanteau of the exploitation piece. I always assumed that blaxploitation was trying to exploit those stereotypes for, broader audiences' enjoyment, as opposed to it being like honoring the stereotypes. And I feel like this is like, one, doesn't really feel like a blaxploitation, and two is kind of like honoring, the kind of genre, as opposed to like taking the piss of the genre, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
Because it doesn't feel like a blaxploitation movie, but there's a hell of a lot of stereotypical shit. Like the scene where he goes into the barbershop or the salon, and there's that lady who just lays it out, dude. Her dialogue was fucking amazing, man.
Amazing, dude.
But it was so stereotypical, but also like just kind of Blues Brothers delightful,
Playing the Oracle archetype, dude. Do
the Oracle from the Matrix kind of Oracle, yeah.
yeah, exactly. But she works in the barbershop, bro.
I love that.
You want to know some
not the
shit.
Blue Blazers Southern Oracle from Neverending Story.
No.
no.
There is no spoon
but,
Oracle.
Like, I'm sure Betty will agree with me, dude. Is when you need to find out about some shit going down in fucking Motown. Where do you go? You go down to D's.
I love it, man.
And get your and get your information proper.
But
dude,
it just
off the street.
it takes the gossip thing to like James Bond levels,
so
you know, where it's like, oh yeah, he's
so
seeing that
good.
girl and that girl sees this, but she's just like lays it out like she's got fucking files on the guy, you know. It's like he killed this guy and that guy killed that guy.
And she's putting some major flair.
Oh man, she's putting fucking Ric
well,
Flair on her speech.
Nice, very nice name drop, dude.
That's where you go if you want information and your hair to smell like cigar smoke when you're done.
Right?
Totally, dude. Right.
It's fucking so good, dude.
And then she's like, the way she lays it out with such style and attitude, man. It's just so good, right? And then she caps the whole thing off with, I can't figure out what the second word she says is. I rewound it 10 times. The defiantly indefatigable Action Jackson. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, she's just pronouncing it slightly different. Yeah.
Whatever. It's fucking brilliant, dude. So good.
So good.
Chad, are you done with that? The D's barbershop section.
Fuck yeah, yeah. I just wanted to see like Arsenio Hall fucking chirp in from the corner, you know, like it.
Oh man, that would have been great.
But yeah, I'm done.
Let's talk about the opening, man, because like when I watched the opening was fucking awesome, and when I was watching it, dude, I just. Like, as soon as those dudes came crashing through the glass, like, even before that, I was laughing so hard.
Dude, like, jump into the scene, dudes.
And then, like, the desk is, like, vibrating, you know, and he's blowing the shit out of everything, man. And that Beretta's got a clip that can hold 30 bullets at least, dude. Yeah. And he just blows the shit out of his own office. Barry Ellen Traynor gets dispatched terribly, of course, in the first 2 minutes of the movie. And then getting blown out of a window by a grenade launcher, dude, and he's just a giant ball of fire falling.
Dude, that was amazing.
15 stories, dude, into the atrium or whatever, and then ultimately into the restaurant, ruining that couple's dinner. It was just so great, man.
It was great. And it was Edo Ross, too, man, which was amazing. You've seen him in a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Touchdown
he was in 48
from
Hours
Full
that we
Metal Jacket.
did. Yeah, totally. He's great, man. And we get the first taste of the Invisible Men, you know, which was tight, dude. They were very ninjesque. And we forget the first taste of the butterfly knife in that scene as well, which was awesome.
Can we just take a moment to honor the glory of insta-death thrown butterfly knife with a 3.5-inch blade on it? Because there are not only one insta-deaths, there are like 2 or 3.
Oh, more than that, man. They got an endless supply. Guys like that, operatives like that, they have an endless supply of butterfly knives, dude. They are very frequent shoppers at Knives Chow Monthly magazine, dude.
It's movies like this
serious.
that make you fall in love with a butterfly knife, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude! I was in love with, but dude, I think we've all universally agreed that there's 3 things we are still in love with that came from this era, and it's freaking throwing stars, nunchucks, and freaking butterfly knives.
That's pretty much it.
Forget about it.
That's
you know what I mean?
Did you just end that would think about it?
No, I said forget about it.
Oh, they said think about it. I kind of like that more.
I like that too. Think about it.
It's like, hang on, I need to actually think about this for a minute.
All right, you think about that while I drop this early nugget, dude. This guy named John Crane.
Invented the kick called the crane kick.
No, renowned knife maker. John Crane created the knives for this movie and for Die Hard and for Predator.
Fuck yeah.
And for one other, and I wrote it down.
Commando?
I can't find that note. Thank you, Commando, yes.
I was hoping it was going to be Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, that's not a knife. We should do that.
I was kind of hoping that would be the case as well, Benny, but it was not. I was also hoping for Son of Knife of Cobra, or actually Knife of Cobra. So I was a little bummed out that wasn't on the list. But It's not like I did a deep dive into John Crane's knife making history.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
I
you
just
did.
saw it. No, I didn't. I saw it as a nugget. So if I do dig deeper, I very well may find that he did Knife of Cobra.
There was a whole article about
and-
his knife making skills
and
on the
the
Ginsu website, right near the cheeseburger recipes, if you recall.
Right near the hamburger menu.
Yeah. the hamburger menu bit, I was like convinced you were talking about real burgers. It was
I
amazing.
should have given you a death for that, dude, because
Yeah,
that
you-
was so
you
great.
still can.
You were like,
That was so good.
You were like, dude, where are these
Where are
recipes?
these burger
Kev?
recipes?
Where are the recipes?
Hashtag Ginsu.
And then on the top left, there's a hamburger menu. In the top
Oh,
left,
not the
there's a
hamburger.
hamburger menu.
I thought you were talking
It
about like
takes
an
you to
actual
more
hamburger
Ginsu,
menu.
like an
It's
actual
the
hamburger,
All-American.
not like,
No, not an actual hamburger, man.
Hashtag Ginsu.
I think you should give me like a throwback death or something.
How about we'll call it a posthumous death?
You got a lisp. It's a posthumous death.
Sorry, can't speak tonight.
Post-death death.
Dude, I love the coming back to that scene though. I love the dude's like, dictating a letter, and she's like, all right, I got to get out of here. I got to go on a date. And he's just like, I can think of something better to do. And it's like implying they're going to bang. And then he just turns the boxing on. She's like, this is what you want to do? He's like, what? It's boxing. Fucking so dumb, dude. I love it.
It's so stupid, dude. And then they start hearing the banging on the ceiling or whatever, dude. And she's like, that's my date.
What are you, dating Santa Claus?
Yeah, there you go.
There's some great
Oh my
one-liners
God.
in this.
So good. Barbecue.
Fucking-
How do you like your ribs?
ribs?
The jumping ninja stuff really entertained me in the opening sequences where it's like the monster you don't see M. Night Shyamalan bullshit where it's like these dudes just like all they do is jump from the top of the frame to the bottom of the frame and then it cuts before you see anything just over and over and over again. On the boat in this place, it was just so silly. And there's like the dude with the giant Fabio wig is one of the assassins,
No, that's his real hair. That's the guy from he was in either Critters or I Come in Peace with Dolph Lundgren. Also,
Even if it is his real hair, I refuse to believe it.
one Joel Silver movie, dude.
buddy.
So
That's his own hair.
Nice, dude. That was a nice little money for nothing drop there, Benny.
And you kicks for free.
So are you saying, Chad? Just to clarify your comment here, you're saying that like when you're talking about the Invisible Men, how like it was always like every shot, it was like, oh, you just see like a foot disappear around the corner, or like their feet like take off as they're like disappearing up to the ceiling or whatever the fuck they did.
Dude, yeah, and
right?
like Edo Ross, the guy in the beginning, the boss, is like, he pulls out his gun and he's just like staring right next to the camera and then turns around and doesn't even look where he's shooting and just shoots like you said, like 50 bullets. And then he's staring at another spot and turns around and shoots another 50 bullets. It's like these guys are like fucking kung fu movie ninjas that you don't even see, It's just, but I don't know, something about the way they cut it or edited it. It was so fucking stupid that I loved it so hard, dude. It
was great.
So good. I don't know, man. And then to top it all off, the fucking flaming dude out the window. Like that was a really great. It was like an iconic looking stunt,
It was sorry.
No, go. You go.
Well, before we move on too far, like I just want to comment that it's like reverse, like The Professional, where it's like, one dude is being hunted by a bunch of guys as opposed to like one dude stealthily taking down a bunch of guys. Yeah. Anyway, anyways.
It's a clown car full of fucking dudes that are going to take this one schlub out.
One fucking schlubby dude, yeah.
Fucking auto workers union schlub.
And after they like ninja around the office for a couple of minutes before they blow him up with the grenade, like the last thing he sees before he shoots him with the grenade launcher is like they're all just standing there.
Right.
Like,
yeah, they've all backflipped into their positions, you know?
Yeah, right. Exactly, man. Like, hey, I'm Tom from The Invisible Man. Oh, this is Joe.
Yeah.
And this
it's like
guy
the
with the
fucking album cover
launcher is Albert. He's about to shoot you. Totally.
So silly.
Oh, so good. Wow. Yeah, really good. I mean,
Hello, I'm Pierre. I shall be your assassin for the evening.
I don't know. That opening was like, we all loved the Darkman opening. Like, the Darkman opening was just bananas, dude. This is like a really close second, man, in terms of just sheer awesomeness, dude. I think the Darkman one might beat it out. We had the leg gun. We had the car freaking
the leg gun takes
boxes,
it, but it's
dude. Yeah.
Similar caliber.
Similar like class, you know, like it was really, really good, man. Like there were moments when this movie is like, you feel like the quality is on par with Die Hard, you know, or Lethal Weapon, actually.
Yeah, sure.
It actually is. And some of the dialogue is too. And quite honestly, like just to comment on Nelson for a second, because I didn't really say anything when you went off on him before, Chad. Like, yeah, the kicks were stupid. Yeah, some of the martial arts stuff was stupid, but he's pretty good at being sinister, man. You know, Craig T. Nelson, like he was pretty freaking cold, dude. Like
sure.
His wife. Like he was just, oh, you're talking to Sergeant Jackson, were you? That's too bad.
I'm just gonna shoot you.
Boom, shoots her and lights up the smoke. Yep, the gun works fine. I was like, wow, dude, you are cold-blooded, bro.
Willing to sacrifice.
Not exactly the same caliber, but I'm going to throw in the... I have the same feeling here that I do when I see Ed... fucking goddamn it.
Ed Harris?
Hold on. Yes. I had the same feeling when... Like, Ed Harris plays a great bad guy, but I hate it when he plays a bad guy. You know?
Right.
I'm just,
same. Because he's kind of...
He does play a good bad guy.
Yeah, he does. He plays a great bad
guy.
He
does.
But I hate it. I hate seeing it, you know, so it's kind of the same thing here. Like I think, I think you did a good job, but just, you're so used to him being wholesome.
Coach.
Exactly.
No, coach. No, don't give Vanity heroin. What are you doing, man?
Don't shoot
I know,
Vanity up with heroin.
He's like, sweet dreams, baby. And then boom.
Yeah.
You know, keeping her all junked out, bruh.
Slight play-by-play here, but
yeah, let's do it.
The flaming dude out the window is a great opener, and then it goes straight into, like, I assume it was the Pointer Sisters montage of Detroit, like the subways and the cops and all that kind of stuff, and the factory.
That would be your Herbie Hancock, Michael Kamen combined score. Yes.
Yeah, which was sick.
And my original opening tirade that I wrote down was that straight off the intro was like, we get the freaking explosion right into the freaking music. We got, machines freaking making American cars, guy.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking real shit. This is Motown, baby.
If you weren't certain the minute you saw cars getting put together, then you knew, you know.
That's it.
Detroit,
exactly. Baby. But then we get right into the two cops in the car.
Yeah.
And the main guy, we didn't even talk about this yet, is freaking Tuggle dude from Alien Nation, which we did not too long ago. He was the partner of James Caan who gets killed.
Right.
The
And he
other cop?
was partnered up. Yeah, he was the
That's
cop that was driving. He was the one that was kept making fun of Kornblau. Thomas
he was he had such a thespian speech pattern I really enjoyed, man.
But dude, he looked exactly like he did in Alien Nation. He sounded exactly like in the opening of Alien Nation. It's the same walk and talk type situation with the car, And the two of them are hacking on each other back and forth. And Tuggle's chewing gum, dude, just like he is in this one.
Right. I love
and in
it.
that one, I remember writing the dialogue down, too. When we did that episode, I was like, yeah, if I was going to put the wedding on tour, we'd be having a can of cold beans. You know? And then, like, you know, Jimmy Cahn's like, oh, look at this freaking slag over here. Fucking Fred and Ginger slag, you know? the two of them are going the two of them are going off, dude. And in this one, Tuggle's like, I wrote it down. It was so great. It was like the perfect opening line, dude. I mean, not like opening line, but as soon as we get into like the movie
intro
proper,
character line.
Exactly. He goes, Cornblow, there ain't been any pussy at your pad since your mother helped you move in.
It was
they
great.
ought to call your place the House of Wax.
As he does a little wank. You wanking.
Yeah, as he does a wank. Yeah, so we got some wanking going on, dude. Nice.
Yeah, dude.
And it was just so funny. It was so great. It was so 80s. It was just like a beginning of Alien Nation. It was so, and Tom Wilson is just so funny, dude.
Yes, man. And they're just like totally winding up the kid about Action Jackson, too.
Oh, my God.
Oh, winding the fucking kid up, yeah.
I love that the kid faints like every time he sees him. It's so dumb, but I love it.
Dude, well, that's the best way to introduce Action Jackson, dude. Is like this, all this hype. We don't get to see him, and then we take him into the thing, and then the kid tries to run away. He knocks over his coffee over his reports, dude.
Right, all over his
fucking. You can
TPS reports.
see him. Yeah, and then they slowly pan up, and you can see him glistening. You can see his glistening, greased, naked chest. Just aching to get out of that shirt.
Right? I am amazed there wasn't a torn shirt in this movie.
I'm surprised the shirt didn't tear from him just ripping, just from standing up, dude. He is so tight. But I love, like, I don't know what I like more. When Tom Wilson's saying, yeah, they made Action Jackson because they were trying to make the first spacesuit or the first man walk on the moon without a spacesuit, or his mother had sex with Bigfoot and he's the mutated offspring.
So much good stuff in there.
Oh yeah, really good.
Sets right up to him and his partner. He's like, I don't know why we were partners for 15 years, but I fucking hate you. And he's like, and I hate you. And just talk mad shit. I love this. It's very bitsy and bobsy, but he's like, can you file this for me? And hands him the empty styrofoam 80s coffee cup. Ah, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Killed me, dude.
Or at the end, they have a little interaction at the party, you know? At
the
end there. And I guess he's like, you know, he's his ex-partner, so he's continued to move up while Carl Weathers is, you know, riding the desk as a sergeant, man, after he lost his stripes.
Right.
And, you know, he's just like, you know, he's like totally creating chaos at this freaking fundraiser at this mansion, dude. He's like, yeah, what the hell?
Fuck it.
Kid. Fuck it. Throws him his gun. He's like, woohoo!
I'm going to drive this fake Ferrari into this mansion.
Yeah, I'm going to go blow some shit up.
So silly. Yeah, the opening isn't as good as Darkman, but it was still a lot of fun, man. Very, gets you in the mood straight away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play-by-play it too hard, but man, it was good.
Well, I don't want to either, but it's hard. It's hard not sure. It's hard not to, dude. I gotta give a shout out to the hooker in the police station, dude. When they bring the kid in, and she's like,
a foot job.
The one guy's like, yeah, how about a foot job? Oh, that was so brilliant.
How much does that cost, honey?
Free,
it's
baby.
free.
Oh, that's how he kicks off that whole conversation in the beginning in the cop car. He goes, "Oh, it was a real fuckorama last night in my house." I was like, "Okay, dude."
All right, bud. That's how I start many of my conversations.
Yeah, I was like, if you weren't Biff Tannen, I would be destroying you right now.
Right.
And then I totally forgot Sharon Stone was in this movie, dude.
Right?
Right?
She's it was very, very minor part.
Well, dude.
Memorable.
This was Sharon Stone was like her, she was in her wife playing wives of action heroes phase of her career, which preceded the Basic Instinct, which launched her to freaking Jupiter, dude. Right?
Yeah, but Basic Instinct,
So
I would have imagined, is after Total Recall, wasn't it?
Basic Instinct was like 91 or 92.
92, yeah,
and
I'm
like
looking at it now.
she
And
did
Recall
okay.
was 90.
Okay, so
For
you
me,
had,
Recall took it to the stratosphere.
well, for us, but like for the greater public, dude, Basic Instinct was really the movie, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think
And this was 88.
like
So.
she was the wife in this. She was the wife of Nico Toscani in the same year
Above
as
the
this
Law,
movie,
yeah.
in Above the Law, and then she played the wife in Total Recall.
Yeah,
which
and
was
she was
like
in Citizens on
the
Patrol
best.
Police Academy. Did we do that one, or
Oh,
did
yeah.
we do?
No, fuck no, bro. We did the first one, and we were all
was
horrified
terrible.
at how dated racism. It was so bad.
Well, I think we know her best from her Seagrams commercial.
What?
Mm-hmm. Seagrams at a bar, man, 1986.
Out of here. I'm sorry. I got to adjust.
You gotta go watch it
I'm very
right
sorry.
now.
No, I
we
gotta
know?
watch. I gotta know.
Who
I
do we
know.
know?
I was saying.
Sharon Stone from the Seagrams Golden Wine Coolers
Well,
commercial.
no. Hold on. Let me catch him all
Hang
the way up.
on.
So we talked about how Sharon Stone is in her phase of her career at this point.
And I
playing
said it
the
was a minor part.
The wives in these action movies, right before she did the Basic Instinct movie, and which launched her to Jupiter, and so she was the wife in this. She in the same year she was the wife of Nico Toscani in Above the Law, Steven Seagal, and then she was also the wife in Total Recall a couple of years afterwards. So
Before Basic Instinct, all of which
that's
was before Basic
how we got on
Instinct.
that.
Yeah. And then I quipped, we all know her from the Seagrams at a bar commercial.
Yes.
To which
And
Kevin
I-
immediately ejected.
Yes, because I didn't remember that.
So watch your commercial and then get back to us.
10-4.
Roger that. I've seen it a few times recently, but she got booted off of Bumble, the dating app.
Oh shit!
Did
you're
you see
right.
that?
Wait, what? No.
She was on Bumble and she got
heard
booted because
about it.
someone reported her, and then she got in touch with customer service. Was like, no, it's me. It's really funny, dude. She can't get a date, I guess. Everyone's too scared of her.
Why would she be going on Bumble? That is so bizarre.
I don't know. Why not? I mean, Casino, dude. She is just,
Oh my god, dude, that is
so good in that.
That's like the pinnacle for me with her, dude. She's so goddamn good in that movie. It's scary.
But her kind of vibes in this one were very Total Recall-esque. Not in terms of her being obviously
Getting
like a
there.
ninja assassin in
Getting
Total
there.
Recall. It's slightly different, but she was bringing some thunder here, even though it was a teeny little part.
Yeah, no, she was. I mean, I gotta say, the crying scene was. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much.
But in a way, it kind of works because the movie's kind of like that, you know?
No, it definitely. I didn't say that. I agree with you. You're right. It does. It's definitely not like Oscar caliber work, but it definitely worked in the movie for sure.
Davi's bedroom performance was Oscar worthy, dude. He was killing
Dude,
it.
he looked like he had been on a crack bender for a week
like a month.
straight, bro. I actually wrote, I was like, oh man, he must have been hanging out at the Carter in New York, dude, because New Jack City takes place around the same time as this movie, dude. He was hanging out with Nino Brown.
Dude, I love me some Davi.
Same here. Can never get enough Davi, dude. And he went on to play, he was the villain in Goonies, and he went on to play the villain in License to Kill, James Bond, the very next year. And he was also one of the villains in one of the very excellent Arnold Schwarzenegger 80s action movie, Raw Deal.
Mm-hmm.
Did
That
we do Raw
classic.
Deal?
We did, yeah.
Yeah,
It was very early.
We did do Raw Deal. It was a long time ago.
He was also the douchey cop in Die Hard, right?
Oh shit, you're right. He was one of the FBI guys. They were both named Johnson.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Good one. And in the boat scene, dude, like the opera, the guy, with his guards, like it was so like, Godfather-y, mafia kind of whatever. He's like listening to the opera, and the guys come in again. Butterfly knife. We get a couple of butterfly knife dispatches on that boat, dude. And then the explosion of the boat is just fucking bananas, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, it's like the biggest fucking gasoline explosion,
right? Dude, it was like as big.
I mean,
I don't
everything
know,
was a
dude.
gasoline explosion back then, but like it was just
Clearly.
epic.
It was so good.
Right? And like, I remember the explosions of those two like bunk houses in Commando, dude. You know,
No,
like,
such a bad shot, but such a good shot. The cardboard soldiers and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know, but like it was like the explosion was just so massive, is what I'm driving at.
Yeah,
and this was like on par with that. Like I was like, holy shit, that is totally over the top for that little teeny boat. Dude. I love it.
Yeah, dude. Like, and the cheese dickiness of the yacht as well. Like the yacht was not the white cocaine yacht. It was like an old school fucking Great Gatsby yacht or whatever. I just really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's like kind of like what a greasy sleazeball criminal.
What a fucking
thinks
auto
a nice
union
yacht
guy
is.
would buy.
Yeah, sorry, a criminal auto union
I
delegate
fucking love it, dude.
thinks a nice boat is.
It was, I mean, like, you could have like a retro
alright.
throwback. Well, all that spare money we've got, we should buy one of those old yachts. It's got more
Definitely.
class than the newer ones.
Sure, I'm down. 80s yacht, check.
EBD Valverde yacht.
Right?
So did you enjoy the Sharon Stone commercial? Or are you watching
yeah, I forgot.
1,000 shot Nerf blasters?
No, I don't know where you got that from, but no.
I got that from you. I learned it from you, Dad.
I learned it from you, Dad.
2 or 3 episodes ago, we were, I said something and it was like crickets, and then you were just like, "Whoa, 1,000 shot Nerf blaster."
I did not say
you
that.
did.
Dude.
You did.
That's
I
not
promise
true.
you did. Whoa, 1,000 shot Nerf blaster.
Maybe that is the case. We'll have to go to the tape for that. But
yeah.
Whilst we're doing that, I was trying to, as usual, I was trying to address a question that you asked, and then you distracted me with some ridiculous bullshit like this Nerf blaster thing.
Sounds like me.
And now, yeah, it does. I don't know. Ooh, this was like a super deep cut actor nug. The grandfather from Weird Science was in this movie. He played the stuffy old guy that Carl Weathers was talking to at the party at the beginning of the movie.
They're having like a law discussion.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They were having a lot of discussion.
I like that.
He goes,
I love that Action Jackson was a Harvard law grad.
A Harvard law grad. It was like, no way, baby. I'm taking it to the streets. I'm going to be a cop back in Detroit, dude.
So
you know, and make no money. So good.
So good. It makes me want to see like a Benedict Cumberbatch version, like a Sherlock Holmesy Oxford style detective in a gritty 80s Detroit, you know? Like I feel like there's something there.
Ooh, there is something there, buddy.
Fish out of water.
Definitely. Yeah, there's something.
It's so silly. Harvard fucking
How
law.
about just speaking of silly, how about when Vanity, we get introduced to Vanity doing her sexy performance at the club for Craig T. Nelson, and then she finishes up and walks over to the table and she says, "I thought I'd get a standing ovation." And he's like stone cold and he goes, "You did."
You got one. Oh my god, dude.
Right?
You
Come
get a
on,
standing
man.
ovation in my pants.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Table was lifted.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. The table was wobbling, dude.
I'm pitching a 10, honey.
That was as good as when Sharon Stone walks up to Action Jackson at the fundraiser Man of the Year thing and says, "I bet I can make you change your mind."
Right.
I was like, oh boy, we know what she's thinking about,
Right.
dude. I don't even want to say it out loud because it's like staring at the sun.
He was such a fucking douchebag, dude. Delaplane. He's like man of the year, and he's like, yeah, when I was in my dad's library that was as big as a gymnasium. Hey, have I introduced you to my trophy wife? And just like calls her up on stage, you know? It's like what the fuck, man?
Oh my god, that was so good. Oh, and then
great.
Actually, before you go, this is my junkie, the singer that I bang on the side.
I mean, that yellow bastard, fucking Elijah
Totally.
Wood, son of his that Action Jackson bags too.
Yep.
That was great.
Wow.
I don't know where to go with this movie. We're kind of off the rails, but the movie is just fucking ridiculous.
I don't
In all
know.
the right ways.
We're kind of doing what we're doing, man. I think giving it a little bit of a play-by-play treatment is apropos for Carl Weathers and for this movie.
I think that's the thing with Delaplane that I find so humorous is like, yeah, it's Coach. Yeah, he's cold and he's doing a good job being cold. But like I don't know, the motivation, for lack of a better word, like is just so humorous. Like he's like a car maker who wants more power or some shit and like wants to be a kingmaker and the power behind the throne, but like will immediately fucking kung fu fight someone at his dinner party. Like it just completely evaporates, you know? Like I just found it really hilarious how often he would just do these really ridiculous things.
Well,
and how completely implausible. Well, like, you know, framing Action Jackson to kill his wife and then dressing up this other random dude as an Action Jackson sniper to pin it all on Action Jackson. Like, it's the most convoluted fucking plan, and I love it. But it's so ridiculous.
Because the plot doesn't really, it doesn't really go anywhere.
No.
Like, there's no plan ever really, like, to my recollection, I could be wrong. There's no plan ever revealed
as to what he's doing. Yeah,
exactly. Like we know that he's an automaker. We know that there's union delegates in Detroit. We know that he's dispatching them, not with just hitmen or whatever, but this unbelievable, well-trained, invisible assassin group. I mean, that's like beyond some Mr. Joshua level shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To kill some auto worker
we never
dudes.
find out. Right? To the point that Davi's like, you know, in his room shaking. He hasn't eaten in 5 days. Like, but they never say why he's doing this.
Yeah, just to take over, I guess.
You know what I mean?
It's all just to set up the classic trope of Action Jackson going from desk junkie to like, give me a badge and your gun, you know, like he already has his badges, you know, and then he's on the run and he's framed and all the cops are after him. It's just that old trope, but I don't know. It's so fucking silly.
I feel like this movie, like they never really literally reveal the plot. And then we never find out about it because it doesn't like unfurl as the story goes, because before that could happen, Action Jackson's driving a goddamn Fiero dressed up like a Ferrari down the guy's hallway.
Exactly.
And busting into the room. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm saying, like, even though, like, these other movies had, like, there was a plan or a plot or whatever, like, we knew what it was.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It was either obvious because we were watching it or, you know, the characters tell us through various bits of exposition. But, like, this is just, like, we don't ever know. He's not like, soon my evil plan will be complete.
My space laser or whatever.
You know, he's not, it's not like that. He's just like killing them, and then he's taking out the people that are knowing about it, like his fucking wife. And then that's about it. And it culminates with, you know, thank God, that action scene, that fight in the bedroom, you know?
That fight,
and then he gets violently blown away, dude, which was totally awesome and
it was
totally
sick.
80s.
It was RoboCop levels
of
of blown away.
Serious squibs there.
Yeah, dude, world's largest squib.
It's like his heart exploded when he got shot.
I know, right? I was kind of picturing the effects guys being like, we might have over squibbed it just a bit. I'm not sure, but I think we might have put too many squibs in there. I
Craig
think
Nelson's
that
like, Jesus Christ, what the
Christ,
hell?
I'm completely soaked. Jesus.
I thought I actually got shot.
Right? Totally. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of squibs there, man. Let's talk, since the movie's called Action Jackson, let's just talk about the action for a little while. How about that? Okay.
Sure. Holding on to the top of a cab.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's the first bit we get of actual action from Action.
Dude, car chase bullshit.
Jericho Action Jackson.
Jericho
himself,
1 Action
dude.
Jackson.
I love
Jericho
Jericho.
King.
Jericho
Jericho
Action
Kane, I love it.
Jackson. Right? Jericho 1 Kane Action Jackson. So, like, jumping onto the top of the cab was great. And that guy who I think was the guy that played the evil cop in Boys in the Hood, and it was in some other Joel Silver movies, like that guy was pretty sinister, man.
He's great.
But like that was like a great, top of the car chase, man. I mean, it was pretty excellent, dude.
You even get the
almost
cut
got
to
shot.
Jackson's face, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't a very good idea." Like, okay, man.
Oh, totally, dude. But then when the guy finally gets fed up with the nuisance on his roof, he starts shooting through the roof. Great.
Yeah.
Then he slams on the brakes. Jackson
Classic.
goes flying off the car, gets up, and tells the guy,
Western movie
"Put the gun
style.
down."
Let's like bare
Yeah,
knuckles
but he's
fight
like,
here.
Yeah, no, I thought he was egging him on to try to
Yeah, he
run him
was, but
over.
it was the classic like I got a gun, he's got a gun and I don't, so I'm going to talk him into throwing his gun down kind of style Western thing, but he's still going to drive the car.
Yeah, and then he jumps.
He jumps
over
the car over like
car,
6
dude.
buildings.
And then the car does a delicious run into some boxes and flips
Hits the tow truck
couple of
ramp
times
and fucking just
sideways.
boom. Yeah.
into another building across the intersection, which was just awesome, dude. It was just 80s glory. Now, I found
Strangely
out
didn't explode.
Right.
and did not explode, which
And the
is
bullet
weird.
holes in the roof healed up, which was great.
Exactly. Now, another nice little nugget is that the guy that directed this movie was actually the stunt coordinator and the second unit director on the TV show The A-Team.
Fuck yeah.
So,
And his dad,
I
his
think
whole
that-
family was legendary stunts, evidently.
is that right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
this,
yeah.
Like when I saw the cab like hit those boxes and do like a chip style, like fly through the air and flip over like multiple times, dude, I was like, and then I read that thing about the A-Team. I was like, dude, of course. Of course we had these massive explosions, dude. This guy was making great A-Team episodes in the 80s, bro,
Yeah. These guys did shit. Like, the guy's got 150 stunt credits before this movie as his kind of debut.
Dude, that would be so funny if somebody was like, "Oh, I hear you're a stuntman, and it looks like you've got a lot of stunt credits." No, I don't. I have action credits.
Dude, his dad was best friends with Marlon Brando
What?
and he was William Shatner's stunt double in all of Star Trek the original series. Like, the family
Oh,
the family is like major stunt family.
I knew there was something special about this movie when I figured it out.
I just love how
There
stunted
is.
out it is.
I love it. The whole thing. The lore, the richness, the actors, the connections to these other films.
The leather.
Like, this is like the action, the leather, the rich Corinthian leather. It's
Dude,
like the
fucking
nexus.
that cab jumping in the air was just so funny.
So good. So good, dude.
It didn't just
That's my
like
favorite.
It didn't just do the classic drive through the glass storefront thing. Like, it fucking practically went through the roof of the goddamn building.
Dude, when I go out, that is how I want to go out. I want
how you wanna go.
I'm serious. I want to fucking hit a bunch of boxes, dude. I want the car to fucking fly impossibly high in the air, flipping over in that kind of like sideways way, right? And then I'm going to land, and this is going to be the best part. And then fucking Jarhigo is going to come running in. He's going to be like, dude, Mulvey, are you okay? And I'm like, damn.
And you're not even going to be
Jarhigo.
there.
No, I'm going to, Jarhigo, just go. Just leave me, man. I'm not going to make it, man.
Leave me here.
Jarhigo. Tell C-Lab I love him.
Yeah, you go on to the lunch we were supposed to go to. I'll be here.
Yeah, exactly.
You go get that slice of pizza we were on our way to get. I'm gonna
Yeah,
stay here. Leave me behind.
Yeah. We were
Sorry,
on our way to
kids.
get a crappy slice.
It went exactly the way he wanted to.
Exactly.
Exactly. Tell my kids it's the way I wanted to go.
Tell my
Chelsea
kids
Lab, I
not to
love it.
walk on stone walls or hit trees. It's fucking great, mate. And I love when Action Jackson, like, he's fucking chasing that cab, running at fucking like 60. He's like fucking Terminator 2. He's like running 40 miles an hour next to the cab and then jumps over another car to land on the roof. Roof chase. And then the guy fucking yells at the guy to drop his gun and try and run him over. Jump front flips over the car. And then the car fucking jumps itself into the building. Like, there's just so many beautiful moments there.
There are, and there's a lot of beautiful moments like that in this movie. And just to kind of pull out for a second, or zoom out for a second, rather. Whoa.
Fucking whoa, dude.
Thanks for making everybody think about that, Chad.
Thanks for making it awkward. Hang on, I'm just going to pull out.
Yeah. Dude, nobody thought that until you said that. That's the thing. And then you like do this thing where you're like accusing me of doing something. I didn't do anything. All right. So zooming out for a second, the one
put it
thing,
back in.
if I'm going to put it back. Shut up, man. The one gripe I have about this movie is that I said it in the beginning. I wish it was longer, number one, but the real big thing is that I wanted more action. Like, Action Jackson was all about action. He jumped on the roof of a cab. He, shirtlessly with a grenade launcher dispatched one of the baddies, which is
pretty
awesome.
sick.
Don't get me wrong, but
Angry
like
Huey Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the $10 on the game guy from Die Hard. But like, it just wasn't. I wanted to see more of like hand-to-hand combat scenes. I think.
Yeah, the scene where fucking
like
he pretends to be crazy is a good example of that. Could have been a huge sequence, but it was really weird instead.
They cut it too short. What do you got, Benny? What do you got?
Oh, I was going to say just a quick one is when he like double defenestrates the dude, or like defenestrates and then anti-defenestrates it. Like he throws, like the dude goes through the window and then goes through like another window in the alley opposite.
Oh my god!
Like, oh yeah,
Sonny,
yeah, that
Sonny
was
Landham,
fucking great.
Like,
yeah,
it was great. Like, I'm not saying what we got wasn't great. I wanted like more of all of it, and I wanted more. Like, we get that when he's pretending to be the preacher, there's a fight scene there. Chad, I agree with you. It's too short. They should.
Well, he's gonna get his fucking balls cut off by these weird psychos, and then she comes in and she's just like, "That's my crazy brother Timmy. He's fucking retarded." Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, okay." What the fuck? Where did that idea come from?
Right? But then that was really it. And then the only other real like fight scene is like the end with Craig T. Nelson, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that's my one small gripe.
And he
was
gets
like,
his
I wanted to see.
Like, Craig T. Nelson fucking kicks the shit out of him.
He does. And I will say that what there was a lot of, which I was like very pleasantly surprised at, was there was a lot of Action Jackson punching, throwing, or kicking people through doors, walls, and windows. Like, I dig that. Like, we put like an extra knockback enhancement in that power, dude. And like the guy went flying like 20 feet. Like, I love that. And that was very action-y Jericho Jackson to me. You know what I mean? I just wanted to see more. Like, I wanted to see, it's an action movie, dude. I want to see freaking fists in faces, man. I want to see dudes getting some beatdowns, bro. This is fucking Carl Weathers, man. Come on. That's my only gripe.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Would you consider the scene with him chained up where he was flexing? Like, that was kind of an action scene. He was like fucking glistening there. It was very, very
Yeah,
reminiscent
that
of
was
the son of a bitch arm wrestle in the air kind of thing.
Yeah, and it was a decent. Yeah, it was definitely a decent act. I mean, the whole scene was a great action scene. I just I wanted more of that and more of him beating on people. Like, I don't know. He's a huge guy, dude, and he's really intense looking, man. And he was this is prime Karga, bro.
He was prime.
You know what I mean? Like he was 39. He was cut. And he was glistening, dude. You could not stop that glistening if you wanted to, man. Like
totally, dude.
Shirts would just get disintegrated.
That
by
fucking
the
dude would blind you if he was shirtless outside. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like one of those mirrors that you can use when you're lost in the wilderness to fucking signal a helicopter. He would just stand there and be one of those.
100%. You wouldn't need him to do. Carl, can you turn your chest a little bit to the right?
Just a little bit.
Can you just kind of flex your chest muscles a little bit? Bounce the light.
Dude, he flexes. He flexes his bicep, dude, and it catches the sunlight and he redirects it into a superheated beam of light. Because he's glistening so hard. I call this the glisten.
Mm-hmm. Glisten.
That's a great power. So good, man.
What other action sequences are there that we haven't talked about? I think
there's
that's about it.
Yeah, there's the one. I think there's the one where he gets chained up. There's the one when he's doing Crazy Preacher, and then there's the one at the end. Those are the three big fights in the movie, and I just feel
yeah.
I mean, I did like when he took Sonny the Pusher. By the way, was great.
Yeah,
bring in his usual freaking scary intensity. And I loved when he fucking threw him through the window, out the window, and then into the window, as you said, into the window of the building across the alley.
So good. And then the cops are right there, like, "What are you doing?"
I'm stealing your car.
Yeah,
that was great.
Can we? What was the one we watched with fucking Mr. Krabs? Scaring everybody when he was all gothed out. Remember when he was just fucking driving through the city? Yeah, Highlander. When fucking
dude, you're so dead for that.
That's fine. Action Jackson's got the girl and he's trying to convince her to do something. She's like, "No, I don't want to." And so he tries to drive into the side of a building with the cop car. She's like, "Yes, you will." Okay, fine, I'll do it. It was so stupid, man.
It was.
Oh,
and
fuck,
she
it was
was
funny.
So high, dude. And she was playing it like she was high. And she was so high for basically the whole movie. And then I love at the very end, she's like, "Dad, I'm clean. I got clean in a couple of hours.
Cold turkey.
How about that?
I'm cold turkey.
I'm cold turkey.
And I'll be your
you can have me at
Thanksgiving dinner."
Thanksgiving. Wank, wink. Oh, sorry. Wink, wink.
No, it was wank, wank.
Wank, wank.
I love how silly that was. The setup.
That was ridiculous, dude. And just going back to the car scene for a second, he's driving down the alley and they keep showing the speedometer, that great 80s Impala
rectangular,
right?
Yeah,
he's gonna peg that thing.
Straight up Chevy Impala. My buddy had one when we were in high school, just like that, dude. And when she finally agrees and he slams on the brake, I love it. You know that freaking alley's full of empty boxes, dude. And I love how the car comes to a stop,
slides
and just,
right up, crumples a box,
kisses those boxes right on the corner.
Fine, I'll do it.
Ruffles them. Fine, I'll do it. And just
such a junkie. He's like, "You fucking crazy junkie bitch," the whole movie, and at the end, he's like, "I love you." I just quit drugs. Let's get married. Fucking so silly. Shit. Oh my God. Just the gripes of Kevness of this for me is okay, so a hardcore heroin addict has been off heroin for 5 hours and you're going to start dating her, bro. Good luck with that.
Oh my God. That was ridiculous. So ridiculous.
It's fucking great.
He's like, I wouldn't be hanging out with no junkie. She's like, ex-junkie. I got clean during the afternoon.
Just clean. I got clean during that action sequence.
I got clean during the afternoon while you're trying to kill Mr. Delaplane. Let's go out to dinner.
Right.
I was like, yeah, okay.
I completely forgot she was the the babe from Last Dragon, man. I love that movie.
That movie is total piece, but yes, I've seen it a million times.
It's a total piece of shit, but it's great.
It is. Yeah, and she was so hot. She quits heroin in a couple of hours.
Are we bitsing and bobsing, I think?
Yeah, let's bits
We
and bobs
already
this
are.
to the end, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already are, kind of.
Yeah.
We already are.
Let me just look at my Casio calculator watch. Yeah, let's bits and bobs it to the end.
You got any notes or whatever?
I blew them all out, man. I've got like 3 pages, bro.
Okay.
Let me see what else I got here.
I got cockroaches in my apartment that tell better jokes than you.
You know what we haven't spoken about yet is the coach training scene where he fucking kung fu fights someone while the other dude's standing there in the background and then breaks his arm.
Dude.
I loved that.
He beats
Lesson's
his
over.
teacher. Yeah. He beats his teacher, so he breaks his arm.
So good.
And then he looks at Al Leung and he's like, show him to his car.
It's just, I don't know, man.
Like,
there's just something
bro,
about,
you're not
like,
coming back.
there's something about the bad guy being a sleazy kind of Gordon Gekko businessman and then also being a kung fu fighter. They're like, he needs to be more, we need something for the final fight. It's like, well, what if he's a fucking kung fu master too? It's like,
well,
okay.
that I feel is a very Blaxploitation movie kind of like trope.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's what we would see in a movie like that. Like, you know, he's this, you know, this rich white guy that like runs all this shit, and he's a kung fu master.
It's just great.
And he's a wizard. You know, like okay. Oh yeah. Dude, I lost it when I saw Argyle. I was like, yo.
Oh man,
shout
yeah,
out
big
to
time.
Argyle, baby. Right?
The
Shout out to go ahead, Chad.
no, you got it.
I was gonna say shout out to when Bill Duke, he's not screaming and chewing him out, but it's at the very beginning, he's like, Jericho, you ripped that kid's arm off, and he's like, he had a spare. Like, okay, yeah. There's some good puns in this, dude, for
There's
sure.
tons of good one-liners.
Yeah,
but they weren't
yeah,
like James
the
Bond cheesy or Arnie cheesy. Like they were actually pretty quippy.
No, they were better.
Yeah.
Like they were actually, I was like, you know what? These puns are better than Arnold puns. Like the barbecue one with the grenade launcher.
That was good too.
one of
How
the
do you like
best.
your ribs? And then it cuts
Yeah.
to them
How do you
flipping
like your
ribs at
ribs?
Delaplane's house.
Right?
I love
Oh,
it.
wait, it did?
Yeah, it
Kinda
cuts
want
to
some
them
ribs
flipping
now.
a set of ribs over on the queue at
Oh my
Delaplane's.
God, I totally missed that. Wow, that is so brilliant.
Speaking
I
of
love
that
it.
douchey cocktail party, like I loved how Action Jackson gets all of his buddies into the fucking party. You know, like the fat old boxer dude's there, the fucking bouncer who changes sides is there, and the this white bimbo comes up to him and is just like, Mr. Delaplane, I am very upset. There was no one there to park my car.
Yeah, what the fuck was that all about?
Because it implies that Jackson fucking plonked all of the valets on the heads and got his guys in, and I just think it's so funny that this chick was freaking out about it. I think I remember telling this on the show, but I used to landscape when I was like 16. I landscaped
Carl Weathers' house.
Carl Weathers' house. No, I landscaped Elizabeth Bagley's house. She was an ambassador. And she made us.
Okay.
If you saw her, you had to say, like, Ambassador Bagley, is it okay if we fucking weed this garden or whatever? Like, she was the richest fucking bitch. And, like, I was doing my time card once in the office, and she called the office and left a message on the old school answering machine. And it was Marty McGowan's gardening. And she was like, Marty, you promised me salmon pink geraniums, and I wanted pink geraniums. And she was literally sobbing on the phone because the fucking...
Oh, boy.
Flowers in her flower box were salmon pink instead of pink. She's like, I'm having a party on the weekend and I cannot believe you would do this to me. And it was just fucking sobbing. And it was exactly this with this lady. Like, I had to park my own car. I just loved it, dude. It was perfect. Such fucking douchey rich bullshit.
I enjoyed listening to the route you took from getting from the lady with the parking problem.
But it's like, it's those fucking totally turbo rich people that make a bitch. Like, you had to park your car, shut the fuck up and drink some free champagne. Like,
I did
Oh
not
my
say
God.
you were incorrect, dude.
So good.
That I did not do. Oh, shit.
Just being a servant to the Richies on Nantucket gives you a glimpse into that, and I love it. I love how horribly stupid they can make things out to be.
Yeah, 100%, dude. The we were talking about Casino a little while ago. That the older guy that played like the union sort of head of the union or whatever, he was in Casino and he was in Seinfeld as well.
Nah, that was just an excuse to say Seinfeld.
Well, that too, but he was one of the Kansas City greaseball guys.
He was in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, he was in the Kansas City Chiefs. Exactly. Let me see. What else we got for bits and bits?
Bits and bits. I don't know, man. I've said it before. Driving that fucking car into the house was just so good.
Yeah.
It was
It's the
great.
best
dude.
highlight of the movie for me.
Yeah, that was up there. I really think the opening, the on fire grenade fall out of the building was just. I was like, wow, that's how you start a movie. I was like, that is how you start a movie, dude, and get people stoked because it worked. Oh, how about the guy that assassinated Davi, dude? He goes, "It's COD."
Oh,
He
yeah.
pulls out
Yep.
the gun, blows him away. It was great.
Did you have one a second ago, Benny?
No, I was. You took the car out of my.
Out of your garage.
Yes.
Just like I'm scrubbing through the movie here, and there's the boxing dude, Fats whatever, is the final fight with Al Leung. Like Al Leung like starts fucking kung fu kicking around the place, and then the boxing dude does like a shuffle step with his shiny shoes and punches him in the face. And then immediately after punching him in the face, the ex-partner shoots Al Leung. The boxing guy turns around, and that's when the guy's like, "Hey, aren't you Jimmy fucking Smits, the boxing
Kit
dude?"
Sable.
Yeah, exactly.
Kit Sable. Yes.
Yes, I am. Oh, fuck. It's funny.
Bill Duke does give us I was like in the beginning, I was like, oh, this might be disappointing. Bill Duke is like a really good actor, and he was really like calm and quiet in the beginning, but later on in the film, dude, we get a classic comes busting out of the office. Where the hell is Jackson?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how you bust some balls as a chief, bro.
He busted him. I want to pay. He kills Devereaux. Not Devereaux. Delaplane. And he's like, I want the fucking paperwork on my desk tomorrow. He's like, tomorrow?
And he goes, in the morning?
That's it. That's all I got. High fives, dude. This was, I think it was you, Benny, that said this, but this is such a good celebration of Carl Weathers, man. Such a great fucking way to send him off.
Definitely.
It was perfect. Any nugs? I don't really have any. There's a whole bunch, but they were all kind of whatever.
I kind of dropped most of them on
Yeah.
during the course of the episode. You know, I mean, the knife guy and like all that other stuff. But like the one thing I will say, like the sort of the genesis of this film, I really liked reading about that. Right, so he was working on another movie, and I guess he said he said to an Australian stunt guy, or it was an Australian stunt guy or somebody that was working on the movie. He was telling him about this idea that he had for this movie. And the guy was like, oh man, I'm all over that, like Action Jackson. That's where he got the name.
No, I love it. Yeah.
Right? Because he had the idea for the character, but he didn't.
I really love that, like, Weathers was the driving force behind this, too, instead of just cast, you know? He was just like, I love Blaxploitation shit.
Yeah.
Talking about it on the set of Predator, almost the entire cast fucking went with him. And they shot
That's what it was, on the set of Predator, yeah.
Yeah. I did come across a couple of... Sorry, go ahead.
Ooh, no, you go. I don't got nothing.
I did come across a couple of Sharon Stone nuggets that were interesting. One was that she ran into Muhammad Ali when she was like 17, and he gave her a part in a movie and like talked to her dad and was like, she's going to be a fucking bombshell actress. And the dad was like, what are you talking about? And, like, so Muhammad Ali gave her big break, which is kind of random.
Wow, that's weird.
It's kind of weird, but kind of cool. But this other story, I don't know. Maybe this is why she was on Bumble. So she she was married to this dude, Phil Bronstein, and got him a tour of the Los Angeles zoo for a Father's Day gift because he was super into Komodo dragons. And he took his shoes off. They were white leather 80s cocaine shoes. He took his shoes off, and the lizard attacked him and bit his foot, and he had to have his foot cut off. So like the dude was super into Komodo dragons. She got him a fucking tour as a gift, and then he lost his fucking foot. I just love everything about that anecdote, and I feel like it sums up her dating life so perfectly.
Those things apparently have some serious rot mouth.
They will fuck you up.
They do.
Dragons, yeah.
We should do that Brando Komodo dragon movie, dude. You remember that one?
What? No. What are you talking about?
It's got Ferris Bueller in it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, The Freshman.
The Freshman.
That was a great movie, dude.
That is a great movie to do. Those Komodo dragons, dude, they have a very septic mouths, man. My son brings home
Komodo dragons.
Bringing home. No, dude, better than that. He brings home these books that he finds at the school library that are like Komodo dragon versus anaconda.
Okay.
You know? T-Rex versus raptor.
All of our conversations from the job sites. Like, so would a tiger or a shark win in a fight in a white room where we didn't have to worry about the water?
Yeah, pretty much, right? So then he brought home, like a week or two ago, he brought home the ultimate versus compilation, and it had all those T-Rex versus velociraptor, eagle versus falcon. You know, it was like all that.
I feel like you would grab that book and do the announcer voice like you're doing now, and he would love it.
Yeah, kind of. I don't do that as much as I think. Yeah, I should. I do voices when I read, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, same. You got to.
Yeah. So anyway, what the hell were we talking about? Oh, Komodo.
Talking about Sharon Stone's husband's
You know what?
feet.
You know what? I'll tell you what. That was a great nugget, but I know why the Komodo dragon got pissed, because the guy's shoes were made out of Komodo dragon skin.
No, it's because his shoes were white, and I guess the zookeepers thought that the Komodo dragon mistook the shoes for the white rats it ate regularly, which I think is hilarious. I love it. I love it. 80s cocaine shoes caused the guy to lose his foot. It's fucking just perfect. So that has nothing to do with this movie, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, Sharon Stone, there's some connective tissue there. Very well done. Any other nuggets, anybody, before we move on to the very small deaths section?
Negative.
All right, deaths. So let's see. I had the what I'm now calling the Homage d'Over's death, which I thought was pretty sweet.
That was fucked up, man.
Well, I know it was fucked up, but like I like that name. I think that's good for that death. Chad had a posthumous death for the hamburger menu
Ginsu Knives website.
The Ginsu Knives website. In the Ginsu episode, I don't remember the name of the movie we did for Ginsu.
I don't think we remembered the movie because we just went into Ginsu for half an hour.
That Ginsu cul-de-sac was insane.
How's that Ginsu holding up, Ben?
Yeah, give us an update on the Ginsu.
Ginsu update.
That's great. You know, I mean, I don't use it all the time, but it's fine.
I mean, you carve up a hot ham or something.
Well, you know what would have been great is if you had said, it's been fantastic. I was just cutting some nails at the job site yesterday, and I came home and made dinner tonight.
I fucked my finger up. It wasn't really the tables. It was the Ginsu.
It was the Ginsu, yeah.
Benny.
Love it.
I tell you that, there he go. He did it again.
It was the Ginsu.
I just want to,
Ginsu.
Not to go too Ginsu'd out here, but like the thing about the Ginsu that I love is that you have that beautiful slice, and then you can stab it with the tip fork thing and serve it, like across the counter or whatever.
You can.
It's just a good.
You can.
Just genius.
I'm pulling up
ancient Japanese technology is just.
It's a glorified bread knife. Really, that's all it is.
And now there's something new.
The thing about that is I know you bought it online, but you should have bought it online, and there should have been a little button that was like 3 easy installments. Instead of just buy online now, you could click it and it would just take it out of your paycheck every month just to kind of feel like you're in an infomercial.
I just wish it was like 1999 and it came with like, I don't know, like a set of paring knives or something stupid like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just cheap, useless fucking paring knives with plastic handles.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like a zucchini fucking shredder, you know.
Buy the Ginsu now for limited time only. Get 7 slap chops.
Dude, I want to get these Ginsu cutting mats. Sorry, I just went to the
You're on the website. Well, we're in the death section. We haven't exited, so you have a Ginsu ejection, sir.
Ginsu ejection during the deaths. Oh my God, there's a powder-coated black Ginsu.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a throwback Ginsu death, and then what were other deaths? Is that it? Besides your ejection just now?
No, let me just say one more thing before I navigate away from
I'm
the website.
trying to segue us back on track here.
Hashtag Ginsu!
That's it.
Love it.
All right, we had so you had the posthumous death of the hamburger menu, a kerfuffle in the Ginsu knife section of the Ginsu episode, and then I ejected on Sharon's Seagrams ad because, as typical for me, I did not believe Chad and Jarhigo when they mentioned it, and then of course I was the fool because we had checked that out previously when we were looking up Bruno Seagrams ads, and then I had the. Chad had the what movie is freaking Clancy Brown in? Highlander death, dude. That was absolutely egregious, dude. And then more egregious possibly was my navigating to the Ginsu website in the middle of the death section talking about another death that was related to Ginsus.
It was very meta.
That was meta, dude. Yeah.
Are you Jesusing because you were just telling us about your ejection meta inception death because you were incepting yourself again looking at more Ginsu shit?
No, I wish. I was just I'm just exhausted from that whole Ginsu death. That was pretty deep. That was like two levels of inception easily.
Well, Rady McRae face then?
Hang on, let me just finish copying this down. Ginsu, this is the name of I name all these deaths, and this is the name of it. The Ginsu meta death during another death related to Ginsu's death.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Rolls right off the tongue, man. Okay, yeah, sorry, ratings. I'm ready.
I am ready now.
I am ready now. Go ahead there, Hegro.
Sure, I'll go. This probably doesn't actually deserve this rating, but that's just what's in my heart and it's how I'm feeling about it. This is I'm giving this a 9 3/4.
Nice.
It
just really hit me. I had a great time with it. It's just got all that 80s action-packed goodness, including tons of gigantic gasoline explosions. I don't know. I just had a great time watching it, and a little musical number by Vanity. I mean, it was just fucking great.
Yeah, a musical number that was really actually pretty tight, dude. You're talking about that second club number. It was excellent.
Yeah.
The second one with their boobs out?
Yes. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Not the first one. I like how she had 2 musical numbers in this movie, too. Like, that's an awful lot of musical numbers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, and what I'm saying is, like, it wasn't just, like, a clip of a couple of things. Like, she's saying 2 fucking songs. Like, the whole goddamn thing. It's like, okay, there you go.
It was good, too. I mean, look, what more can you possibly say about this movie? I think Jarhigo pretty much nailed it. Like, all the things that I said in my opening salvo. This movie's fantastic, man. I'm gonna rate it similarly highly. I think it does deserve that because it's totally 80s. Not only is it totally 80s, it has connective tissue to virtually every other 80s movie. Many of them we've done on this show. It's got this weird sort of nexus of like 80s action movies effect going on that I am finding very intriguing in a Stephen Hawking kind of way. And I like that. And again, like Ben said, gasoline explosions. The opening is unbelievable, and it's just, as the name suggests, action packed. And it's Carl Weathers, dude. And I had an absolute blast watching it, and I'm gonna watch it again because it was just so much fun to watch. So, I will rate this movie a 9.24, and I took off a little teeny bit there because I just needed a couple of more scenes with Carl Weathers just beating people with his fists. That's it. Other than that, I absolutely love it. Slee Lab.
Slee Lab?
Yeah, it's like Slee Stack,
Slee Slab.
but Slee Lab. Slee Slab, it's like Slee Stack, but Slee Slab. Right.
Yeah, I feel very much the same. I very much enjoyed this. It was tons of fun, man. I definitely still felt bittersweet, but like talking about it with you guys and how pumped you guys were has definitely made me like, yeah. It was a great send off, dude. Like the dude had a good run. Wish we could get 10 or 15 more years, but hey, what can you do?
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
No doubt.
There just should have been more of these, like I guess they tried to make a sequel and like Sony sold the rights to someone else who just put it on a shelf. Like there was no good reason that it didn't get a sequel or didn't get any more kind of movies. So
in defense of that, the movie was produced by or released by Lorimar, and Lorimar went under right after this movie came out.
Yeah,
and then it wasn't until later that, or I guess Warner ended up buying the rights, but there was a long lag period in there. So that's where it was in that limbo of like nobody had the rights.
It's just a shame.
Tied up in court.
Because like it made good money or it made good enough money. Like there's no reason there shouldn't have been more of these, but and maybe it's kind of nice that it's just a one-off, but it was just really fun. Yeah, dude, for me, I got this one squeezed between Roadhouse and Running Man at a 5.1.
And that is a perfect sandwich right there.
Yeah, it's just tons of fun, dude. Like, and I really appreciate. I just really appreciate that it was just like Carl Weathers balls to the wall. Like it wasn't him as a kind of supporting actor. Like it was just him rocking the shit out real hard. And it was really great. Hard. It was so much fun. And it's definitely going to be in the rotation. Man. Like, I will definitely come back to it.
Definitely, dude. I love it, baby. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Action Jackson. Crafted by the late, great Carl Weathers and enjoyed by us and you and everyone. Slabola, what are we doing next week?
I think we should do what we discussed a few weeks ago. I'd like to do a Bill Paxton with Twister, please.
Oh, right. Twister. Yeah. Well, okay.
I just love me some Paxton, dude. I need some Paxton in my life right now.
Yeah. It's Helen Hunt. We got Seymour Hoffman. There's a lot of great things going on there.
Yeah.
That should be fun. That should be fun. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for joining us for Action Jackson. Stay tuned next week for the classic Twister, starring our favorite Bill Paxton.
Our favorite Paxton, and, William.
Our favorite Paxton, Bill Paxton.
Hey, everybody. And, it's the cops.
You must land your plane immediately. So, and this show was sort of a dedication to Carl Weathers. R.I.P. You will be missed, dude. Thanks for all the great memories.
Love you, bro.
Absolutely.
That's it. So long for now, folks.
Bye.
Later.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes for this week's episode, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/2. Sorry, what would you?
2 weeks.
$2.
$2.
$2.
$2.42.
$2.42. $2.42. Folks, we'd like to take a second to thank everybody for tuning into the show and supporting the show. We very much appreciate it. And if anybody out there would like to support the show, you can leave a rating and a review. That's very, very helpful. You can also, of course, talk about the show, tell people. And or you can support us directly on Patreon, patreon.com/EBD podcast. We sure do appreciate it. So thank you all. And thanks for listening to this send-off of Carl Weathers episode. As always, check us out on social media. If you'd like to join in, you can on Instagram at EBD Podcast is our handle. And that's it. Thanks for joining us for this Carl Weathers show and Action Jackson. We'll see you next week for Twister. So long for now, folks.
Hashtag Ginsu!